How you ask is important. With Typeform, it's everything. If you're lazy or got better things to do, pick a template and get on with your day. Ask any kind of question you want, because business doesn't have to mean business as usual. That means you can make it brainy and efficient, or silly and fun. Your Typeform, your rules. Make every interaction count, from start to send. You can keep things simple and tidy if you want, or use the image gallery and look for eye candy. When others zig, you zag. Connect Typeform straight into your workflow and save your future self some headache. When you're done, just share the link or embed it into your site without writing a single line of code. With Typeform, you can pick someone's brain and look like a pro. It's easy to use and free to get started.
Welcome to Airtable. With Airtable, you can organize anything. Projects, customers, ideas, you name it. It's as straightforward as a spreadsheet, but gives you the power of a database to work exactly how you want to work. Whether you're managing a successful record label, planning an upcoming move, or wrangling all of your team's deadlines for an upcoming rocket launch, it's easy to organize anything that you can imagine. It's not just numbers and text. With Airtable, you can add rich field types like checkboxes, drop-downs, long notes, links to other tables, and even drag-and-drop file attachments, complete with document and image previews. You're not limited to only seeing things in a grid. You can group and organize your records, show them on a calendar, arrange them in a gallery, and embed them onto your website. You can even create and share a form, and the responses will feed directly into Airtable. Use Airtable on your own, or collaborate with a team to get things done. You can tag collaborators and message with them directly in the context of your information. And all your changes are securely saved and instantly synced across all devices and teammates, so you're always on the same page. Airtable. Organize anything you can imagine.
Welcome back. We are back for another great workshop on our day 7 of No Code Week. We are at the home stretch of No Code Week. We've learned so much. Oh, got a little something on me. We have learned so much so far through No Code Week, and we are happy to have our very own Softr co-founder, Mariam Hakobyan, as she will walk us through how to connect your Airtable to Softr and create a beautiful web app. So I hope you guys are ready, and we're going to jump right in. Again, everyone, keep a track of the events page. You'll have all the updates there for you. You'll be able to go see some additional content as well. Inside of the Beam conferencing where you guys are watching this now, you can also go over to the Learn section and look at all the past videos from No Code Week as well. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage Mariam. She's been with us throughout the last 2 weeks. Hi.
Hey, Laurel. Excited to
you?
be back here. Thanks for the invite again.
Yeah, you've been with us. You've been with us quite a bit. We're excited to have you back again. Yeah, how's it going? How's everything going for you out in Germany?
Great. Looking forward to the workshop.
Yeah. Good. So I would like to give you an opportunity for those people who have not seen you yet to introduce yourself and kind of just talk about like where you started this. And to keep in mind, folks, as well, she will actually be telling her actual story of how she built Softr tomorrow during her founder story. So make sure you tune in for that as well. It's going to be a great experience. But go ahead.
Thanks, Laurel. Yeah, because I'm gonna have a bit more detailed story tomorrow. I'm gonna spend too much time of talking about me today. So in short, I'm Mariam. I'm one of the co-founders of Softr. I'm an entrepreneur, engineer turned into entrepreneur. I have been working as an engineer for quite a long time, and we started Softr with the aim of empowering more people to build tech instead of just being user. And what Softr does is it's an easy-to-use no-code platform that allows building powerful applications and portals using Airtable as a backend. And I'm going to show you workshop how to build an application using Softr, but also I'll explain what different types of applications you can build on Softr.
Great introduction. Yeah. So whenever you're ready, share your screen. She'll go through this with you guys, but keep in mind as well, she will also be on right after this with Doc Williams as he will build out his first time utilizing Softr as a maker. He will build out Softr for you guys as well, connecting Typeform to Airtable into Softr. So yeah, whenever you're ready to share your screen, the stage is all yours to show them what you got.
Awesome. I'm going to share now.
Yeah. And I'll see you guys on the other side.
Cool. I hope everyone can see my screen. So I'm going to just navigate to our website. Can everyone see it? Laurel, maybe just a confirmation.
Yeah, what you want to do is pull your StreamYard out into a different tab.
Okay.
Yeah, pull it out by itself. There you go.
But do you see my screen, the website, the Softr website?
We see it.
Awesome. Great. So I'm just going to start from the website to explain the different types of applications you can build with Softr. So you can start with marketing website, of course, but the main value we offer is building entire full stack applications on Softr. And the types of applications really vary from completely different categories. So you can build online communities, member-only communities. You can build paid online courses, real estate agency, food delivery platform, job boards, also portals, internal tools, and customer portals, CRM types of portals as well. So also an important thing I want to highlight is we have lots of integrations for you to already embed and integrate your application that you have built on Softr, because any application, any product you build, usually you're going to need things like Google Analytics, Hotjar, or any other analytics tool, or chat, etc. So all of these are already provided out of the box in Softr. You just need to have an account and then provide your key. And of course, one of the key integrations is Airtable. Basically, we call it an integration, but in reality, it's a database. It acts as the data storage for Softr, and then in Softr you build the entire front end and the business logic, and then map it to your data in Airtable. So let's jump into building right away. So today I'm going to build a member-only online courses directory. What that means is it's going to be basically a page where people can log in. And for logged in users, once the users are logged in, I'm going to show list of all of the courses they can participate. So let's start. I have pre-built 2 different pages, but I'm going to first explain how the platform functions. So basically, once you log in, you have the pages menu where you can create as many pages as you like. And then you have blogs, which is one of the core concepts in Softr. So as you know, like any website you build, usually there are some similar components that all the websites have. So every website might need a header, hero section to explain your value proposition, features to describe your product, etc. So as you can see, we have lots of groups separated, which are very typical to building a website, but also a web app. And then for the more dynamic part, we also offer here user accounts. So it's the sign in, sign up form directly. You just drag and drop and you have everything up and running. I'll show you that in a minute. You can integrate with Stripe. You can have checkout forms. So you could also ask your users to pay for the products you offer, either on subscription or one-time payments. So let's say if you are running a SaaS, then you can embed Stripe subscription. If you are running specific, let's say, courses, and each course is a different product, then you can have that as well. Then you can have different types of lists. So the list basically is, imagine Airbnb, or anything that contains lists. So you can showcase your data in different layouts. We offer the layouts pre-built. You can, of course, customize everything, the colors, the design, the fonts, etc. But we pre-made lots of things for you to make it easy to start. And there is list details, which is a details page, meaning once you click on a specific list item, you want to see some more information about that listing. And then there are also different options for that. You can have videos, images to showcase, etc. And then in the other section, there are some more useful components and building blocks that we offer, but I won't go into details on that. And then there's also the data part, where basically once your users log in, all of the users appear here. So you have a control of all the users that your application basically has. And then that also nicely integrates to Airtable. So in Airtable, you can have your users and enhance some data. You can add some more information, which doesn't necessarily contain here. So here you would only store the email address and the password, just because you don't want to store the password on Airtable side. And then on the settings, you can also set default styles and colors for the entire application. So this is kind of like the default theme. You can change the font family, the colors, etc. And this gets applied to your entire application. And this gets pretty handy if you have a design in mind and you want to be consistent. Yeah, of course, so this is, you can add your custom domain, of course, which is something that right now we provide even on the free version. So you can just start building. If you have your custom domain, just add it, and without even paying, you can just kickstart your application and share it with your community. On the integration side, as I showed on the website, so there are lots of integrations we provide, and everything that is built on Softr as well is SEO friendly. You can have all of the SEO descriptions and everything added here. So yeah, you get really nice website, which can also be ranked and searched in Google. And also across the entire application and every page, you can also add your own custom codes. So let's say if you want to customize some pieces which we don't offer, or you have completely something different in mind, you can definitely do that as well. And I want to go back to the home page. And then also one important thing is that everything you build on Softr is automatically responsive, which means it's looking nice and beautiful in all of the other layouts as well. So we kind of pre-make everything so that it is pre-built and it already is responsive. So for today, I'm basically going to have 2 pages, home page, and then we have courses page, which I have pre-created some of the basics. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create courses and list all of them here. So then once the user logs in, then they can come to this page and start browsing all of the courses. So also, before diving into creating all of the components, the way it works in Softr is basically this. This section is called blocks, and each block, once you click on it, you can edit everything. So you can edit the content. Let's say once I type something, I change something here, it immediately shows up on the left side. I'm just going to change that back. You can have images, change images, backgrounds, colors, etc. We have also pre-built. We offer libraries of stock options, stock photos and illustrations as well, and icons as well. That I'll come to that. And then you can dynamically add buttons if you like. In this case, we don't need that. But basically, in short, you can configure lots of stuff from the building blocks, and also you can change the design. So I'm not going to change not to break things now, but I could also change everything from a CSS and design perspective I want. So for now, let's say this is going to be our home page. Once the users come to the page, there is sign up and sign in buttons. And then I'm going to define sign up and sign in separate pages. So then the users can log in, and then they will be redirected to the courses page. But before that, let's create the course page. So for this, I have already prepared an Airtable database. If you are not familiar with Airtables, so it's basically a really easy and intuitive way of database, relational database, where you can store any type of data and connect different tables to each other. So in this case, I have one table, one base, and it contains just one table where I store all of the course names, the titles, speakers, description, subject of the course. So then later I can also filter through the subject, and the links and the to YouTube. Okay, now let's go back. So basically what I do in Softr, here I'm gonna add a new blog. I'm gonna add one listing blog, and I want to choose the one that has videos, that allows me having videos there. And here I'm gonna choose which Airtable base I want the data to come from. So this basically lists all of my Airtable bases. So it was called Startup School template. And now it asks me to choose which table it should come from, because in other cases, I might have several tables here. And now I can also choose a view, which comes from Airtable, but let's leave it empty for now. You can choose then how do you want to sort it, how many items to show per page, etc. You could also define conditional filters, meaning you could say, I want this list to be shown only to the users who are logged in users. So the list can be filtered based on the logged in user email address. So even in this case, I don't have an email, but I could say the email, if my list items contained email, equals to the logged in user email. But in this case, let's just leave it empty. So here I'm going to define the filters, and the filters are what is shown here. I'm just going to put them on the top to make it nicer. And basically here I'm going to define when users log in, by which fields they can filter the data. So here for me, the filter is as a filter, it's going to act, the subject column is going to act as a filter. So I'm choosing it as a choosing it from Airtable, and then I'm gonna have to here enter the different values, and then you will see here it gets populated, and then I have all of the filters nicely separated. Now let's go back to the search. You can also show or not show, hide the search element. You can define by which field you want the search to happen. In this case, let's leave it empty so that it searches by title and subtitle. And then basically here, what I do on this section, which is called list item, I'm mapping all of the data that comes from Airtable to the front end. So here I'm going to choose as an image to show the one that comes from Airtable. It's this one from here. And then I'm going to say the title. I have a title of the course and then have a description. So now it shows up really nicely. And also what I can do is basically on each list item, I can define what happens when the user clicks on the list item. So in this case, I want it to open a video and then it plays immediately on this page. But you could also say open an external URL or open another page, which could be a details page where people are redirected and can see more information or do more actions on the other page. Okay, so let's design this a bit more visually appealing. Okay, so now we have our courses page. So now, however, I want this page to only visible to the people who are logged in. In order to do that, I'm going to go back to pages settings. So the courses page settings. And then in the settings, there is an area called visibility. In this section, I'm going to choose that this entire page is only shown to the logged in users. You could also add additional other conditions, but in this case, we don't need that. And as you can see on the page, a lock appears, meaning that this page is locked only for the logged in users. Now let's go back to home. So now I want to create sign in and sign up pages so the users can sign in and get redirected to the courses page. In order to do that, I'm just going to create one page called sign in. There was a misspelling, but okay, let's leave it as that. And then here, by default, the header and footer are pre-populated. I can also remove that, but in this case, actually, let's remove that to make it nicer. So there is a default header and footer. In this case, let's not use the default header. And then here, I'm going to say, from the user accounts group, I'm going to choose the sign-in form because this was the sign-in page we wanted to have. And then here on the right-hand side, of course, I can change all of the branding, the colors, and the text. And I will have an email and password fields. But as you can see, the action, once you click on the button, this action is already pre-created for you. You don't have to create the entire workflow or logic for that. That is already pre-built in it. And then you only define what happens after the sign-in, which page should be opened. In this case, after users are signing, we want to take them to courses page. Of course, you can also create forgot password and reset password pages. And also for sign up page, we'll create another one, and then just redirect them to sign up if they don't have an account. So we are done with this page. And now let's create a second page called sign up. For this one, I'm going to add a sign up, choose again user accounts, and choose the sign up form. For sign up, I also want to ask for full name, or let's just remove that, not really necessary. And again, the sign up action is by default there. You can also enable or disable terms and conditions and define those pages specifically. And here again, after sign up, if I don't have an account, I need to sign up and then I'll directly go to courses page. And as we have the sign in page, let's redirect here. Let's also connect this button to that page. And now if we go back to sign in page, I also want to connect the sign up button here to the sign up page correspondingly. Okay, as you can see, everything also gets automatically saved, so you don't have to do anything. You just change, you add the content, you change the, all of the actions, and then it gets saved automatically. Cool, now we have our pages, and let's go back to home. Now we have to define on this button click, what happens. So obviously for sign up button, I want to redirect them. I want the sign up page to open. And then for the sign in button, when they click on sign in, I want to open the sign in page. And that's it. So let's just preview. Let's publish and preview. Okay, in this case, I have the first page. I click on sign up. I'm redirected to the sign up page. And I can click on sign in. And now I'm on the sign in page. However, one thing I haven't finished yet. So in this case, if the user logs in, then we don't want to show this the header that we have with sign up and sign in button, right? Because it's already, users are already signed up. So I'm going to define a visibility rule for this header. So this header, I want to show it for all the non-logged in users, not to all users, but only the ones that are not logged in. And then I'm going to make a copy of that. And then for the second header, basically, I'm going to remove these buttons because I don't need buttons anymore. And here there is a small section which says show user profile. In this case, it's going to enable this user profile icon. So that automatically will have sign out action in it already. You can remove it, but then you can also have as many other actions as you like. So once I'm logged in, instead of showing these buttons, I'm going to see the profile icon and the sign out link. However, because we just copied, now we have to change the visibility rule so that for this header, basically it only shows up for logged in users. Okay, I think we have everything. And as you can see here, it says also it's locked. So it has visibility conditional rules. Okay, so let's publish and check it out. So now I'm not a logged in user. Let's say I want to sign up. I want to create an account. And now I'm redirected to the courses page because we defined in the sign-in block, as you remember, because in this block, we defined that after login or in the sign up block as well, I want to be redirected to the courses page. Okay, and now I have the nice courses page showing up. So let's just filter this and show how this works. So by default, if I want to search for something, for a course, it automatically filters everything based on the text I wrote here. Or I can also filter through these tags. So if I want to see the courses only for funding or regarding launch, so that nicely also gets pre-filtered. So as you see, all of that was pre-built. You just have to set it up and then it works like magic. And also one important thing here, notice there is the other header. So once I'm logged in, I don't see the other header, which had the buttons. Instead, I'm seeing the profile icon and I can sign out. So let's go back and check in the data because I just registered a new user. So now it appears here and I can also sync this with my Airtable. So this also, if you connect to Airtable here, it automatically gets synced to your Airtable database. And also one thing that is pretty important, here on the first page, let's say I'm not logged in user at this moment. So let's check that if I want to open the courses page through URL or in some other ways, I can't do that because we defined that this page, the entire courses page, is already is only available for the logged in users. So now here I'm going to write courses because this was the URL that we defined for the page. And once I hit enter, it brings me to this page. Of course, we could also design a page for this specific case that once the user lands on this, they see something else or a nice picture or something. But what it shows is basically that anyone who is not logged in, they don't have access to this courses page. To go beyond that, what you could also do is you could also define that each of these separate items are different courses and you have to pay for a specific course in order to get access to them. So you could have this each course as a different product in Stripe. And then here you could also define payment conditions. So once this is for logged in users, and then if I define payment conditions, I could also say once, in this case, we don't see the attribute because we don't have those products listed here, but I could basically define that if the current user's payment options contain their paid course value, then in this case, the user would only see the course that they have bought. So in short, you could also have pretty more complex and advanced functionality on top of this, but I just wanted to show the simple version. So basically, in this case, it's an application which already has authentication, login, sign in, sign up functionality. You can see different pages, different content depending on your user's login status, and also you could define different payment options in order to get access to a specific data. Well, I guess that's it for now, and happy to answer any questions if you have anything. I'm gonna go back to.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna stop sharing. That was fast, but I hope it was useful. Well, I can't do much slower. And yeah, happy to answer any questions if people have anything.
Yeah. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, can people use their own custom domain?
Of course, that's the whole idea of Softr as well. Right now it only runs on subdomain just because you haven't published an added custom domain. But as you saw in the settings area, there is a custom domain. So if you have your own domain, you just connect to Softr and then it works. It works like a magic. It just works, and your application runs on your own domain. Exactly. And by the way, the fun thing is that right now, starting from Monday, we also offer custom domain possibility on the free plan. So you could actually connect your custom domain on the free plan without paying.
Yeah. Could you actually break down for us what are the different attributes in each plan?
Sure. I'm going to share my screen then again.
Okay.
You see the pricing page?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So basically we just we kind of revisited and changed our pricing on Monday. So the way it works right now is more flexible and more adjusted to really provide the best value to the customers. So basically the way it works is on the free plan, you have access to all the functionality, almost all the functionality, except custom code and except some really simple ones, some other ones, which are not even there yet, so it's coming soon. So the way it works, we wanted to give access everyone to try the functionality first, even with limited functionality. So let's say the payments and the membership only allows you to create memberships with 5 users, but it basically gives you the chance to try it out and see how simple and easy it is. So on the first free plan, we offer one custom domain and there is a slight Softr branding. And on the starter plan, this is mostly used for by people to build marketing websites, job boards, upvoting sites, or simple directory websites. In this case, the membership and paywall are for test mode, and there is Airtable integration with 1,000 records limitation. So most of the people here, I mentioned already, they're building kind of the first version of their application. They just start building their MVP, and then they move beyond that once they start growing, once they have a business running. And then the next step on the professional, we offer 2 custom domains. And by the way, we do also allow people to collaborate on Softr. So the different team members can use and build the same application on their own, basically accounts, in their own accounts. Here we offer the membership with 10K members, meaning what I just showed you on Softr side in the data, you can have 10K end users logging in and using your application. And we have the payments, Stripe integration, and also the checkout plans. So you could also start charging your customers. Custom code that was also present in the previous plan. User roles. This is pretty important for lots of more advanced applications. People want to define who has access to what. So basically here you could define, for example, that you have different team members or different users with different roles, let's say manager or team member. And then you could also define on the application side, each role, what they can see, what pages or what different blocks or what actions they can do. Here also we offer Airtable records, it's coming soon, which allows editing on the page directly. So right now, as you can see on this page, on the courses page, here it's just showing information from Airtable. So coming soon is also going to be we are going to allow you edit the information. So once you click on and go to the details page, you can click on edit and basically edit information right on the page instead of going to Airtable. And transfer applications is just kind of building for someone and then transferring the rights to another person. And then the last package is more for established businesses who have more collaborators, who need more domains. And then here it's more granular level of permissions per role. So you could specifically define what each role can do in terms of editing, viewing, or updating, and also on a field level. So you could define that specific role has access to only this field, only this column, or this one, and they can't edit, for example, if it's internal company platform, they can't edit or see a salary column, as an example. Yeah, these are the main differences. And also single sign-on, these are more for bigger companies who basically are looking for more security and more customization. Hope that makes sense. Laurel?
Yeah, absolutely. And another question that I had for you is, what are some different integrations that you guys are working on? Will it only be that you guys will be integrating with Airtable, or are you guys looking to integrate with other software, other platforms, other tools?
Yeah, that's a good question. So absolutely, we are going to have other integrations and other backends as well. Airtable is just the beginning and really the first one, just because there is huge demand from customers who are already using Airtable to kind of have that as a backend. But we plan to integrate with Google Sheets, Notion potentially, and have our own collections as well inside Softr. Yeah, these are things that will come in the future, but basically we are also getting feedback from customers and understanding what is the most critical one for them.
Absolutely. Now, you guys recently raised capital yourselves. How do you think that this will help those idea makers and those people who are building a company or a brand out from scratch? How do you think that Softr will help steer them in the right direction to possibly get funding, with their idea by utilizing the Softr platform?
Yeah, exactly. The beauty of all of the no-code tools are really that they empower non-technical people to build applications, right? And build entire, not even MVPs, not just MVPs, but also entire fully functional applications. And the way Softr works is really we aim to be insanely easy, very easy to use, and which doesn't require any technical background or understanding of technical concepts, however, still being powerful. So as you saw in the example of user sign-in, sign-up, comparably in some other tools, you might spend hours or days to just build a sign-in flow. We kind of try to simplify it in really the most possible way in order for you to, it just is a drag and drop, and then you only have to define what is specific to your application, and everything else is what is it boilerplate is just given to you. And yeah, I mean, just generally about entrepreneurs, I do believe that no-code and Softr being simple and easy to use is just going to enable much faster to build and validate different hypotheses. Because the biggest percentage of failure for startups is being either too late in the market or just building something that people don't need, right? In this case, no-code tools really allow you to experiment, to validate different hypotheses, and really quickly, really efficiently, but also in a cheap way, because previously you would have to spend several 100K euros or dollars to just build an application, and it would just take 3 to 6 months for sure. The same marketplace that you build with developers, it would take 3 to 6 months, but with no-code tools, you can do it within days. So that's, I believe that it's really opening up huge opportunities for especially non-tech founders and non-tech entrepreneurs to get into technology, to start building their businesses, and then to really validate, get traction. And then, of course, that is what I have seen mainly like investors care about. Really, there are, of course, lots of investors who also want to have the tech in-house. But on the other hand, unless you have traction, unless you have really real customers paying for it, you don't need the tech, right? I mean, you don't, even if you have the tech in-house, it's not going to help you get customers. So I think that's really one of the most important things. Launch early, quickly validate, iterate as quick as possible, and then get traction, get customers. And then once you are at a point where you have raised money, or you really need to think about more customization, scaling, etc., then worry about what are you gonna next? Are you gonna hire an engineering team, or maybe you should expand and use some other tools?
Yeah, and then so what do you find that are the most popular use cases for Softr? Is it building a marketplace, or what do you find that most people are reaching out to you to use it for? What have you seen used the most to create?
Even though there are like endless use cases I'm seeing built on Softr, but some of the common patterns that are emerging are communities, online paid courses, some gated content, depending on like different people having different content and just creating directories, curated directories. And marketplaces are one type, and also portals. So some also lots of people having already businesses running on Airtable, and they run their entire operations on Airtable, and they build in customer-facing or internal portals to use within their companies or with customers.
Now, did you guys build Softr using Softr? Or like,
No.
how does that?
We didn't.
Well, I know you have a background in engineering, right?
No, we didn't go that route, and it just doesn't make sense for us. It's not the core offering, right? So what we have done is we have definitely built our website with Softr. Our Softr.io website is built on Softr, that's for sure. And the beauty of it is that even myself being technical, I would have spent a lot of time on just doing something with code to change something on the website. And right now it's really just extremely simple. I just log in, change whatever I need, create new pages just one day before the release or the launch, and then I'm done.
Nice. Now, you talked about how you guys are going to be adding or looking to add in and adding new integrations and new tools to that. What are some of the unique features that you guys will be adding to Softr that you might see people asking for, or you guys think that should be added to this? What are some of those things you guys are looking to iterate?
Yeah, so there's a lot on our roadmap, but some of the really key things which are also pretty kind of differentiated, and right now it's pretty difficult to do with other tools other than maybe Bubble, because with Bubble you can do a lot, but basically the functionality is mainly allowing people to interact with the data, meaning editing on the front end. On all of the pages that you have data, you can also edit, you can assign tasks to different people, you can change statuses, etc. And then also showing relational data. So right now, it's pretty difficult to show relational tables and other data contained in other tables to the users. So that's also something that most of the people need, right? Because you don't have the data in silos, but they interact with each other, and people do not think in data in a way that which table contains what. They rather think on the product level, what my product needs to do, what I do want to show to my users. So that those are two key elements of the features that we want to work on. And so basically, as a comparison, right now, similar things you can do combining maybe 5-6 different tools together. You could also do similar updates using, for example, not even the updates, but just showing data from Airtable to your website. You could do using Webflow, Zapier, MemberStack, Airtable, and JetBoost. Like, you will have to use 5 different tools, learn all of them, combine them together, pay for all of them to get a website up and running, showing some dynamic data. Now, all of that is inside Softr, and even in that case, even you don't get access, you can't really edit data. Editing the data is only really provided by some tools. And some of those tools, one being Bubble, is really just like technically it's complex. Of course, lots of people learn it and lots of people can build interesting stuff, but it's also not that accessible to everyone, and there is huge learning curve. And that is really what we kind of try to eliminate.
Nice, good. That's a great answer. It really helped better understand. Now, how easy is it to export my web app? Once I create it, like, how easy is it to actually export it?
Well, right now we don't provide an export functionality, and honestly, we haven't gotten any requests yet. So far, we have already launched for quite a long time, but have never got a request to kind of export the data. And I guess the reason being is actually that's not really what people are after. And the reason they use Softr is just because it allows them to iterate, to build something so quickly that actually that's the value really, and that's where the Softr comes in hand. It comes in handy and really provides the biggest value. And there's no, for most of these people, they want to stay with Softr to continue iterating fast. I mean, if we do have requests, we will probably come up with something, and we definitely are happy to support our customers. If there are people who want to completely migrate away, definitely happy to support that as well. It's not to say that we're going to start everything on Softr and never really give anything away. But so far, we haven't gotten any request like that.
Great. And then one last question, and then we'll give you guys a few minutes back before the next session. What is your favorite feature on you utilizing Softr? What's your favorite feature in your product? And then what continues to have you excited about building out Softr?
Interesting question. Well, I mean, because I have been really I would say like Softr is like a baby, right? We have built it from scratch. We have worked on all of the features. I don't think there is something that is really just standing out like that. Maybe something that just is so interesting. If I compare with how much time it would take to develop the same thing, it's either the sign in functionality, the authentication, or the Stripe integration, the payment integration. Usually it just takes weeks, if not months, from engineering development teams to do that. I think that's in comparison, that's really like just to see how easy it is, and I can just have it up and running within 5 minutes is already really nice, even for myself being an engineer. And going forward, in terms of features, right? Sorry, what was the second question? Can you repeat again?
Yeah, no problem. No, the second question was like, what are you most excited about? What excites you to keep doing this and keep building this for people?
Sure, of course. Well, the biggest excitement is really seeing people's project and really seeing what they are building. Sometimes they use Softr in completely new ways and build out something that when we look at the website, we are completely confused and can't believe it's built on Softr, because people are really creative. They use the different blocks and different kind of ways of the application functions and put something out there which is completely unique. And just generally seeing lots of people, empowering lots of people, and seeing how fast and really without any technical background, they are able to build something, and seeing their kind of joy, their excitement, and some that they managed to build something within 10 minutes. They don't know any coding, but they already have an up and running. I think this is really the biggest excitement and the drive for us to continue building and making it even more powerful.
Well, Mariam, thank you so much. I mean, I love it. As soon as I was introduced to it by actually Doc Williams, right, I immediately started diving into it and wondering like, oh my gosh, what can we do on here? And StartupStarter will be utilizing this as well. So we're super excited. We're happy that we're partnering with you. We appreciate you for being part of No Code Week. Everyone, keep in mind, when you set up your free profile on startupstarter.co, you can actually get 30% off for the first 6 months off any of the plans that she showed you today. So make sure that you go in and set up your profile. She's going to continue. She's going to stay on board. Doc Williams will build out a Softr live. He will time it to see how fast he can build out a web app using this tool. And she'll join him as well in case he needs some assistance, right? But yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing all the success. Congratulations on your recent raise. And yeah, we'll stick by you and help you out in any way we can.
And yeah, thank you, Laurel. Thanks a lot. And we are really excited to have you as a customer as well and as a partner. Yeah. And definitely staying in touch and seeing how everything develops on both sides.
Yeah. Well, listen, until next time in 10 minutes. And then after, we look forward to seeing and talking to you again.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Laurel. Bye-bye.
This is Jane. Jane's got an online store and she's doing pretty good.
Crushing it.
But like every store owner, Jane wants an app.
I want an app.
You need an app.
I can't build an app.
But she could. With TapCart, she was able to design and launch the perfect app for her brand without having to deal with her developer. Now Jane can spend more time on the things she loves, being creative, connecting with her customers, and collecting sweaters for her dog Sadie. Hey Sadie.
Watch this.
TapCart enables Jane to send these interactive push notifications directly to her customers, getting them back in the app and making purchases. Back on top. So what's next?
Flash sale.
Updating her app is a breeze. Add new blocks, feature a sale, share new content from anywhere. Plus, TapCart keeps her app up to date with the latest technology. So no more dealing with this guy. This is the future, Jane.
Yep, I'm the future.
Your brand, your products, your app. TapCart.
The .xyz community is made up of celebrated artists and creative outlets, acclaimed entertainers and designers, award-winning professionals and industry leaders, game-changing communities and organizations, and forward-thinking businesses discovering tomorrow's next big breakthroughs. The word is out, and the world is spoken. .xyz is the domain for the next generation. Build a winning online presence with a domain that knows no bounds. Join the revolution. Get your .xyz today.
The game has changed. Introducing Adalo. You don't need to code to create amazing apps. With advancements in design tools and development languages, we're entering a brave new world where you can drag and drop and make an app. This allows anyone the ability to turn their vision into real working software. With Adalo, creating no-code apps is simple. All you have to do is drag and drop in components like an image list, navigation bar, buttons, and text. Next, you create your database using simple spreadsheets built all in Adalo. After that, all you have to do is connect your design to your database. For example, choosing which data goes in this list. And then, voila, your app comes to life, a real native app built all by you. And the best part of all is that they're available on every platform, from the Apple App Store to Google Play to your own website. But simple doesn't mean it can't be powerful. With Adalo, you're in complete control of design, from shadows to text to borders and branding. We've taken the flexibility of modern design tools and put that into our platform so that you can make it how you want it. On top of that, we've added some pretty sweet features. You can add chat and trigger push notifications for just about anything. You can even set up advanced workflows like requesting and booking. So no matter what your process is, you can transform it into a simple user experience for everyone. You can even design apps for purchasing by adding custom formulas to calculate those pesky things like tax and tip, set up payments, subscriptions, save credit cards, ACH bank transfers, and more. But it doesn't stop there. You can connect your Adalo apps together so you can have different experiences for different users, trigger actions to happen in other apps, and even integrate directly with your own API. Finally, a simple way to build an app without code that's just as powerful as code. Turn your startup idea, your side hustle, or your client's dream into reality with Adalo.
A stronger relationship with my customers means better business, but it's hard with just email and a website to have a human connection. So that's why I want to show you Video Ask. Video Ask is a new way to engage with people through interactive video conversations, like this one. You just record yourself like I did, then you share it as a link or embed it on your website. People can respond with video or audio, or you can give them options to choose from. For example, hi there, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Tim.
Awesome. Now I can follow up with another pre-recorded question. What's your role?
I'm a product marketer. I'm a product marketer.
When someone answers, their response goes straight to the Video Ask inbox. And the audio is transcribed so you can search for it later.
I'm a product marketer.
And when I want to carry on the conversation, I can easily reply with a Video Ask. Hi, Tim. You can also start a follow-up Video Ask with any of your respondents and keep the conversation going asynchronously. You can use it to qualify leads, collect testimonials, for recruitment, and much more. So that's Video Ask. Want to try it out?